Hey there, Gemini. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, baby. Ring the bell. They will notify you anytime I post new videos, which gives you access to step in and level up with these delicious energy sessions we provide here for you. Also, if you find you like the content we provide, give us that big thumbs up, like and share with your peeps, your friends, your family, your whoever's, your whatever's, whenever, because these are timeless reads. They're produced here for y'all, kind of like puzzle pieces in a box. They don't come labeled and numbered. That's for other channels, and you can go there and you can get that for what you need. But right now, we're providing these energy sessions as you come upon them so that you can begin to assimilate and move them into your life. And you can also go out and look. I have nearly 300 videos on the channel right now, and find what is tuning and vibing with you. Don't just look at the name of the zodiac, because we the whole zodiac here, all of us, every time, every place, everywhere. What? There we go. So good. I sucked it on in. I can't even see when we're not going to get sucked in by the energies on our chart. And so we need to synergize and find out and learn more about ourselves, to how to leverage it and to move it forward to our own advantage, to understand the benefits of all the facets of ourself, because it is like a gemstone, and there are facets there to channel the light inward into that eye of God, so that we emanate and radiate out into our world the beauty and the boldness and the brightness of who we are. So with that being said, Gemini, there has been some strange stuff going on. You're like, holy cow. And I'm like, oh no, don't say that. What's about to happen here? So Mercury's been coming in, because calendarically, that is what we have going on right now, is Mercury retrograde, regardless of when you tune into this. And you ought to know about Mercury more than anybody, about the mindsets. Where'd you go? That disappeared. Come on back, baby. Come on back. There's some things you've been keeping undercover, as a Gemini does, and you keep to yourself as a Gemini does, even though the friendliest of all, and has so many friends, so connected. I knew there was more. You can keep a lot to yourself and keep it undercover, thinking it's fine, no worries, no problem, it's fine up under there. I'll deal with it. I'll get to it later. And it could even be good things. I'll get to it later. I'll get to myself later. I need to go celebrate with my friends. I need to go handle this. Well, let me put in a little more fun like this right now, but not always getting to the heart of the matter, or to what is really vital to your vibrancy right now. And that's why you were like, Joy, we could keep on talking and talking. And I'm like, I understand. But that's some of that Mercury, right? So we'll see how that shows up here. But you're having, I won't even say it's hiding, none of it. Talk about face thyself. It's all the faces. And I don't even know how I'm going to show you. But here's part one. How is all this going on? So let's just back it up. That's what you have going on here that you want to talk. It's like a totem. Who's speaking into your world? Oh dear, that battery be draining. Who is speaking into your world that's draining you? Who is draining you, Gemini? For a few of you, it's some women who straight up mind control on you, and they piercing all up into your hypothalamus and your whatever else, taking advantage of you with that mind control and telling you what to think and what to do and when to do it, and you just suppressing and you popping down like that toaster. And you know what happens when you keep popping down that Pop-Tart, that toaster, whatever? You get crispy. You get burnt. You get crisp, wasted, nasty, used up, and that's unnecessary. That's why it's called abuse, abnormal usage, using outside of the normal function. And that's the thing. You're here as a human. You're here to connect. No need to force, no need to pervade, no need to demand or insist, or to mind control, brainwash, any of that. You should be able to stay in your own uniqueness, and any connections that you have as such, especially those that you go face to face with, should be people that respect you for who you are, your ideas, your beliefs, your whatever. Because even you and I, if we're together and we don't agree, it doesn't matter. We're not here to love and support each other in that manner. The amazingness is that I get to listen to you and support you by listening and growing as a human being, as you share your passion, as you share your ideas, your opinions, your creativity, your point of view, and your perspective, because it is yours. None of us, no two of us see the same rainbow, because no one can stand in the exact same place. Same as when we stargaze. We're all scattered about, seeing it from a slightly different angle. Well, that's the same as with who you are and with your chart. So that's what you're letting me know here. And you're like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And some of you have a mother who has been interfering, and it may not seem to be in a very obvious way, but more of like salt, like maybe sowing some jaundice, some bitter words into whether you're male or female here, into the person that you're dating or that you're seeing or that you're married to or in relationship with, okay? So there's a bit of over the shoulder of like, oh, well, and so it's playing it off and keeping it kind of disguisey going on up under there. But it doesn't seem to have impacted or affected you too much, but it does cause them to continue to want to focus even more on you. So I'm looking to see where we can divert to alley that, to distract it, to disperse that energy out. And you're saying, get the rune, Joy, get the rune. I'm like, stand still. Okay, feeling powerless. So they're feeling powerless in this situation. That mother, that smother who's kind of showing up here. And I don't tend to pick on that or anything, but it's someone who has some issues in their own heart and they haven't become fully unified. Like they're not taking a deep breath and backing off is what you're saying. And now you showing up as the Prince of Wands, Gemini. You're like, back off. Tell them to back off my role. Get off my tree. Get off my property. I don't need to deal with this anymore. I've already had enough of what is going on. If you don't get me, look at my shield. We're saying the same thing. Back up. Back up, people. Back up. And that's good because you're making a little space in your time, in your environment around you, to have some quiet, to have some peace, to be able to process some of your own passion. Because remember, I said some of the styming and stifling and stuffing down and all this that you're wanting to spit out in between the pages here is also time for you to prosper, time for you to get to some good things. You're just saying, talk it, baby. Talk it, Joy. Spin that wheel. Tell us what's up. All right. So we're going to just jump into a whole little segue over here because you're saying this don't matter anymore. You said what we need to hear and you said what had to be said. And now we know. Okay. So I'm excited to have done that for you. So the next card, oh, well, here's the rest of your cards. Okay, so here's what is going on with you outside of all that interference, all that static and noise. So for you, it's really more kind of like your two poles, your two energies, but there is no separation between them, thank goodness. But it is about harnessing that this is the overall energy for it. Is maybe it's even being able to take that good look and that perspective. So I have a feeling you're going to have a direct Mercury card showing up for this. So the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. How to go from beating around the bush, how to go from one more time around the mountain, how to go from looking desolate to suchy much. And you're like, I don't want to look suchy much. That's the whole reason we're not doing it. You're saying, pull another rune, Joy, pull another rune. I'm like, straight up off the top, you're like, yes, baby, we are here pushing them your way. And I'm like, how does it happen when I look away? Another card has already come off the top at me. Whew. You got your hands over this side of the screen, baby. And you talk about electric boogie, woogie, woogie. Connection is key. But that's what we were talking about, and that energy going on. Those things were interfering. And it's like if you have one socket in the wall and a plug is sitting in there, it is interfering with your ability to connect and to plug in your recharge for you to be able to recharge your battery. Okay. You need time to plug in, recharge, Gemini. Okay? Because even that one that you're still allowing to be that source of influence around you and whatever else, part of the influence that you need to remove is not necessarily their presence, but it's someone who demands their way. And so it's like being able to like bolster yourself just a little bit and to get yourself, because you're saying that's the victory. Woohoo, Joy, keep talking. Tell us the victory. Tell us the victory. Tell us. And I'm like, I'm not telling you anything that you're not already saying, that you don't already know. It's the reiteration of what is being confirmed in your spirit. It's literally, if that is your socket and your plug and your time to charge, then just move the other plug. Don't be tossing, don't be throwing, don't be getting all fed up, but take care of yourself. Put it there, because sometimes, especially with you and your Mercury and your energy, is you having to be a mediator, a negotiator, a politician, that type of thing, and that is exhausting. It leads to just a bunch of twisting and some fuckery and some other issues going on. You just don't need it, okay? Because that ain't what this FB standing for. You say, stands for friendship, stands for fun, stands for fealty, that loyalty and that honesty. And they're saying be true to yourself. That's what you're telling me here. Be true to yourself, because this is your own mountain. This is your own precipice, your own victory, your own zenith. And I want to take a little more of a peek at that, because it's leaving this disdain, this drudgery, this like dismal leaving the dismal behind. Some of you ready to color up, and I'm like, woo woo, Gemini, color up, baby. I'm ready for you to be fine and to shine. Because you'll start to step forward, and then you come back and you sort of grayscale yourself and you mute yourself out a little bit more. But with that muting, your Mercury here, you're not supposed to be muted. I'm like, power up the volume, baby. I'm like, let's silence the noise going on around so we can see some of your color. And you're like, Mary L never fails. Doesn't fail. So what's this color for Gemini coming on in? This color in your, thank you. Woo! You're like, bam! It be fierce, it be fire, it be lower chakras, standing in my own power, standing in my own truth, sponsoring myself, loving myself, elevate myself, putting that action on in there and defending myself. And that's like the wow. She ain't going, okay, little kittens, little cubs, y'all behave, stop acting up. No, it's literally like, whoosh, and then coming right on back. And being like, who did that come out of me? And I'm not telling you go lashing out. It's none of that. And you definitely have been trying to avoid that situation. That's why you continue to let it happen. And that tolerance, what we tolerate, alters what is coming the next day and the day after that and the day after that. It's almost like feeding someone else's demons because they're already feeding them, and then you begin to tolerate and permit it. Now you are the new food source. All right. And you say in conjugation's the key there. When it's feeding on two, it is fully rooted in. Doesn't have to leave because you only get one prong in that socket. It can't charge. It can't do anything. Can't power up anything. But you get both prongs in. So they're saying the decisive and the dividing factor and deciding factor is you. And do you see what you're really being around with is for yourself, to yourself, standing up to yourself, for yourself. Ooh, how very Gemini. I love that. And taking hold of who you are. Really taking control of who you are. And you see there isn't all that negotiating and that power going on. Yourself rises up and it's like, dance, skippy dance, straight about time you speak your mind. And this isn't out of here. It's that will and that power and that permission to do what's already been agreed upon, to fulfill it. You don't need to hold them to it. You just hold yourself to it. You be like, all right, this is my time, my scheduled time. I'm plugging in my socket. Here's what I'm doing. Or for some of you, you're like, I'm just not going to talk right now. This is my quiet time. This is my meditation time. Or this is my favorite show. Or this is my friend time. Because Gemini, you do need friend time. But not too much there. Not enough that undermines and impoverishes you. Okay? So give yourself permission to be friends with yourself. Time you'll find self. You're developing, money making, prospering, world changing self. So that you can have some of that travel, some of those dreams, some of that fun that you want. And always have to ride on the coattails and the waves of what everybody else is wanting. You are very much a very strong initiator, but having not power in your pocket to provide for yourself to move into these things, so it doesn't always have to just stay flatline or in these lower realms, so that it can be some of the exciting, where some of you want to go, like Israel and Egypt and places like that. Ooh, that's making my chest hurt. Who's been wanting that for a long time? Like some of that exotic travel, like you're saying, I want to experience things that can't be experienced anywhere else. You know what? Plug yourself in, charge, recharge, get that sleep, shut off that noise, take that time for yourself, baby. That's what I know here. Okay, and then so let's get you one of these. Okay. You're like, thank you, Joy. You put your hands exactly where we want it. And it's the bear. Use power with wisdom. Okay. And you have that in spades, my friend. Use power and wisdom and look at that heart lighting up. Because remember, this is very much standing in the power of this same card. Talk about power animals. See that going on up, that connection to yourself, that knowingness of you don't have to tolerate. If it's something already agreed upon or something you already know, you don't have to keep tolerating and putting up with and suppressing yourself and those other things. Because it's not always just someone outside of us that's doing this. Some of us, it is our supposed self, our idealistic self of, well, how the world sees us and we need to operate like that. No, we just blasting out and out of here. We're clearing and we're leveling that so that you can be in this, the know thyself, and being able to please yourself, being able to stand and be committed to yourself and bringing in all this fullness of energy. These are almost complementing and completing each other. The full channel up, the full connection all the way up. And you're saying to infinity and beyond. You're like, oh, some of you stirring up Taurus there, so check out the Taurus reading maybe, baby. Some of you, you're stirring up some butterfly spirit. One of you stirring up a goat. You might be checking you out a Capricorn, Gemini. Who you got your eye on, baby? Because that one is like, oh, yeah, I see. You got a little bit of a crush going on there, and you're like, I don't know, I got a little work to do on myself. I don't know if they'll like me or not. There's a little bit of that sheepishness going on, but you know what? Yourself in wisdom knows the truth, knows what's up. So give yourself permission, baby. Take hold of who you are. Be fantastic, amazing, fabulous. Nurture and nourish yourself, Gemini. We need you. Leave the comments down below. I love interacting with you and hearing from you because I'm here as the love and support that I'm able to provide, which is this perspective, insight, and intuition that I get to share. I love you. Come back soon. Bye.